Hello everybody and welcome to Group C of Code A. We have Jiva, the 3H, Jiva, I'll just call Jiva, he or she, I'm not sure, and Road 99 both playing jazz. This map is the static, of course, that you have in which you have the artillery here to break this pipe scene, to start capturing. Road breaks the pipe scene, but we can't see because of some bug there on the replay player. Both players just building a bunch of infantry and getting the normal captures there, I suppose. Road starting with an early tank, while Jiva went for the early artillery here, probably to release this other artillery here. Road moving forward with the infantry. Jiva is gonna start shooting, I think, at this pipe scene here. Yeah, it's on 55 HP already. So he's gonna release the artillery, and Road for now didn't opt to release this artillery, so Jiva is gonna have the lead on units for now with that extra artillery. Jiva actually going for an early battlecopter here and the tank. Road already has 3 tanks coming in. He gets an infantry from Jiva there, so now he's ahead on units. Both players really even on income. Jiva a bit ahead on capture, but Road now is gonna capture some more properties. Road moving in here on the center. I think he's got a better control of the center, but Jiva of course has this double recon here on the sides to harass and capture those properties. Now Jiva coming in with the recon, double artillery moving kind of together here with the tank. The battlecopter is going to the other side along with another artillery and the tank, and he or she goes for a tank here. Now Road moving in, killing another infantry here, I think. Yeah, he's gonna finish with this one, start capturing with the other infantry. All the infantry kind of moving here. I'm not sure about this move, maybe to make a wall, but I mean, you're putting your infantry on a tile with 0 defense there, so yeah, I'm not sure, man. Road stops the capture here, interrupts, also kills this infantry, of course, with the recall. Now going for a medium tank, I think. Yeah, Road has a medium tank as well already. Now Road finally going for the artillery here, I think to release this one, but I'm not sure. Yeah, he already shot at this pipe scene, it seems. Now Road coming in, he's got a big blob of infantry here on the center, and he's a bit ahead, of course, because of those early infantry kills. Now going for a battlecopter as well. And another tank. Jiva moving back a little bit, still capturing this property here. Going for some fights there on the center. Of course, Jazz infantry has a little bit less attack, just like her copters. So, yeah, something to keep in mind there on infantry versus infantry. Now Road engaging here on the center. He has a big infantry wall here and a bunch of tanks. He starts capturing some of those properties on the center, but right now Jiva has a bit of the lead on properties from all those side captures that he got with the recons. Jiva interrupting this capture here. Of course, important to interrupt those captures of your own properties because it swings the income in 2k instead of just 1k since your opponent gets your property. And Road is really near Jiva's HQ here. Jiva now going for a new tank, which I think is going to be really good against all those tanks, but there's the problem of all this infantry here. Road now has 22 infantry versus only 15 of Jiva. And Jiva goes for Road goes for the turbocharge, the normal power for Jazz, so he's got, I think, 1 extra movement for all his ground vehicles. Vehicles, the game just called them vehicles, but I think you should specify, that's the ground stuff. Because technically, I think a battlecopter is kind of a vehicle, but only burst for air, you know, and doesn't get any advantage of Jazz power there. Now Diva moving in here on this side, he's kind of winning here and getting the con tower from Road, but Road is kind of sitting here on Diva's con tower, and he's also, I think he's trying. Okay, he's not capturing, I think, the HQ, I'm not sure. I think this infantry maybe came here to kill another infantry or something. Now Road is actually ahead on capture after all this, since he took control of the center here. He's pulling back a bit from the crazy HQ rush here. I mean, it wasn't really a rush, it was a big push, but... sorry. Also, Road is fighting back on this top side here, killing a bunch of stuff. He's actually really ahead on unit count right now, oh my god. 38 to 23 units. He's also ahead on income at this point and on army value. Diva not going for this superpower there for some reason. I guess he really wants to get a lot of value out of this power, but he's really starting to fall behind quite a lot. Road has this insane amount of infantry here on the centers too. Diva finally getting some kills here, but I think those are gonna be answered soon by Road. Now going for another medium tank. This medium tank probably will die soon, I think, to this new tank. And Road goes for another normal power, and Diva didn't even use a power yet, I think. Yeah, the medium tank gets shot there by the new tank and the medium tank. A bunch of infantry kills as well. Now Road moving in with the anti-air and the artillery. He's got a really strong position here on the center. And Diva going for the superpower. Finally, but I think it's a little bit too late at this point. 18 units to 35, that's double units for Road, and he manages to get some units, but this is really tough, man. Now, Road just killing even more stuff, getting near the HQ of Diva again. Now Road going for a new tank here, and Diva gets some artillery here. His artillery are shooting quite a bunch of stuff. He's getting some nice trades, but at this point it's really tough because he basically doesn't have units. Road is killing all his stuff, even if he doesn't take that great of trades, as long as he's not like suiciding units. I guess even trying to suicide units is kinda hard for Road at this point. Even if he wants to lose, it would be quite hard, to be honest. And Diva resigns, yeah, that game was tough, man. I'm not even sure where Road got so ahead. I think he basically took control of the center and he fought, I mean, good enough on the sides, you know, to not fall behind so much. Actually, they were mostly even. Then Diva got a bit of a capture lead here on the sides, but he had so much stuff on the sides to get this capture lead, while Road was almost at his HQ already, and after that Road just had this giant blob here. He also lost a bunch of infantry for free on the center, so that's it. Road wins, so he's gonna go ahead and to the winners match, and Diva is gonna play whoever loses the next game, so let's go to the second game. Hello everybody and welcome to the second game. This time we have MrKaloo versus Leary. MrKaloo playing Jake and Leary playing Jazz this time. So yeah, I think both COs are really good for this map. Let's skip the early game a little bit. Here, okay, Leary goes for some artillery first here. Both players just getting the normal captures, I guess. Leary actually has this capture ahead of MrKaloo. For some reason MrKaloo has this big blob of units here, and MrKaloo is going for a tank first and then some artillery. Leary actually went for a transfer copter early. Let's see if he gets some. Okay, he already gets a nice boost here. Actually, I think he did a base keep to get this. Yeah, he did a base keep to get this transfer copter. So let's see if it pays out for him. Now MrKaloo moving in with the line of units. Leary moving in for the captures. You can see he's ahead on capture already, and he gets some more boosts he transport this infantry, so he's gonna get this capture and this capture sooner because of the transport copter. MrKaloo capturing a bunch of stuff. He interrupts this capture by Leary. Leary gets all those captures, starts capturing his comm tower, and he pulls back with the damaged infantry. Really smart there from Leary. He goes for some anti-air and the tank now. MrKaloo going for double battlecopter actually, so really nice of Leary to get this stuff, but MrKaloo already has a big presence here on the center and he gets 2 infantry there from Leary. He also has this artillery on a good position. Okay, now he goes to the river there, show whatever, I'm not sure about that move, but he has the infantry wall, so now Leary getting even more value from the transport copter, manages to defend this capture here. He also goes for a battlecopter. MrKaloo moving in with the battlecopter, being a bit aggressive with this battlecopter, but the anti-air is not quite on position. Also going for a transport copter here, but this is much later than Larry's transport copter. Now Leary gets a tank here from MrKaloo. MrKaloo was being really aggressive, killing a bunch of infantry, but now Leary starts winning the vehicle fights there, and he goes for a medium tank. He also manages to interrupt this capture here, which is really nice, but MrKaloo is actually ahead on income right now. He also manages to interrupt this capture again from Leary, also kills this infantry here, and gets a lot of damage on this artillery, but he sees the anti-air, so if he's gonna pull back... In fact, he already pulled back with this battlecopter, but I guess he was just harassing. Leary gets the battlecopter with the anti-air, so that's really painful for MrKaloo. They basically go even now on army value, even though Leary is still behind on unit count there. Leary fighting back though, gets 2 infantry there with his tank and infantry. And he goes for triple tank, really cool. MrKaloo starts capturing this property that he denied from Leary the whole game pretty much, gets another infantry, keeps on capturing here. Almost gets this tank. I think this infantry not shooting this tank, a bit of a mistake, but whatever. I'm not sure if you can get the row here, but okay, he gets with the other infantry, so I guess it's fine, but now this infantry is on the road for no reason really. And he goes for double artillery there. Leary moving in with the battlecopter, gets a lot of damage on this tank and gets this infantry on the road. Yeah, 1 shot on the infantry on the road. He starts capturing here. The anti-air gets some infantry and hides here on the woods at the same time. He manages to interrupt this capture. The transport copter is still getting value, really nice here. I think he transported... Okay, he didn't transport anything, but he got the boost here. Now he gets another infantry, the medium tank is moving in. Leary is behind on units, but he's managing to fight back. He's also behind on income, of course. MrKaloo moving in, trying to get those captures. This artillery getting some nice value. He gets another infantry there. The transport copter is transporting some units. He starts going for mechs as well. Now Leary quite behind on units, 5 units actually, even though I think it's mostly infantry. Jazz infantry not quite as strong as her vehicles. He does get though this infantry here, I think. Was that infantry? Okay, infantry for some reason doesn't show on the vision, but I'm sure Leary had the vision, because otherwise he wouldn't be able to attack here. And he also gets the tank here and another infantry. So yeah, Leary doing a good job here, taking control of the center now. And he is actually ahead on units now, actually even, because MrKaloo is gonna buy 3 units probably. But yeah, he's managing to pull back. And MrKaloo goes for the superpower, I'm not even sure what's Block Rock for Jake. So he's got extra movement on all his vehicles, and he's got the extra range on the artillery, but he doesn't get any. Actually, I think this artillery doesn't shoot for some reason. I think that's a blunder because he could get this artillery or do a lot of damage to this. Even the medium tank, I think he would be able to shoot the medium tank there and do a lot of damage. Or maybe that's just a replay bug, but now Larry's moving in, gets the artillery with the... gets the anti-air with the artillery and this infantry. Now he's moving in, gets another infantry, almost gets this. Both artillery really low, the medium tank gets a tank. He finishes off this infantry, almost gets this battlecopter here, one-shots this. Oh my god, this is a lot of kills for Larry. Larry now, okay, he even gets this lower one, is infantry here, and sees the medium tank there. Battlecopter gets a lot of damage, so now it's 29 to 19 units here. Game really swinging in favor of Larry there after the super. MrKaloo now going for the triple tank, but I guess it's a bit late for that. Now Larry going aggressive, even maybe too aggressive here. Is on his opponent's HQ, he's pulling back a bit with the other units though. And he also managed to even out the capture advantage that MrKaloo had. Now both players trying to put their units together there on a defensive formation. Larry moving in with the medium tank and all the other units supporting it, of course. MrKaloo sees everything here, the mech is moving in, he's got another mech being transported by the transport copter, and he moves in with those tanks, but I'm not sure Larry has and I think he knew, okay, he didn't knew this artillery was here, but I think you kinda expected. Now MrKaloo built some units, the recon and double tank, but yeah, Larry getting double capture there, so he's really getting ahead on capture 23 to 19. He also finishes off this infantry here, so N is moving in to capture this city, I suppose. Now the medium tank gets this tank. He also gets this tank with the artillery and the tank there. The tank kills this. Okay, this was an infantry. Now the medium tank and the battlecopter almost get this medium tank. Larry doing a lot of damage there to MrKaloo. Now goes for the beatdown, the normal power for Jake, so he's got the extra range on the artillery. He shoots the medium tank down actually, and gets a lot of damage on the other. Oh my god, 7 damage on that other medium tank. That's a lot of damage. He almost gets it with the medium tank there, and okay, he gets with the other tank, so he's managing to fight back there. Larry is capturing this property and he gets the lower medium tank with the artillery. He also goes for the superpower again, the overdrive there for Jess. Gets one tank and okay, both tanks were really low actually. Moving in with the infantry, killing a mech, doing a lot of damage to this artillery as well. But I think this anti-air is gonna die now. Kaloo fighting back, gets one tank here, interrupts the capture with the recon, gets the tank and the infantry there, gets a nice engagement here with the battlecopter. Larry's still ahead on units and really ahead on captures, a 6k lead there, so he can make one extra artillery there or get a tank instead of some infantry, you know. Now going for another medium tank. MrKaloo doesn't have any medium tanks left. He's pretty much only has a bunch of artillery here and a tank and 2 tanks here. Now goes for the normal power again, moving in. All this, I'm not sure about the power. I mean, he had 5 artillery that didn't shoot during the power, even though they had extra range, so that's kind of bad. Larry pulling back a bit. He knows he's really ahead on capture, even more now. 25 to 17, so 7k ahead. Oh my god, this is a lot of damage. Did I just skip this? Okay, MrKaloo goes for the no. Okay, I think I came back here. MrKaloo moving in, not doing a whole lot to be honest. He's trying to pull back. Actually, they're kinda even on unit count now. Leary mostly just pulling back. He knows he's really ahead again. MrKaloo going for another medium tank, seeing the medium tank from Leary there. MrKaloo is really trying to attack here on the top, I think, which I'm not sure about. He's got a lot of stuff on his HQ, but at the same time, Larry's got so much stuff here. This is really scary, man. 2 medium tanks and a lot of artillery and tanks. MrKaloo starts this capture here on the top, and I don't think Leary can stop it, but Leary has so much stuff here. If he just moves forward, he's probably gonna get this HQ from MrKaloo now. Larry moves in, interrupts the capture, and he's moving. He gets the lower battlecopter there gets the infantry, does some damage, and he goes for the normal power, the turbocharge for Jess. Gets the mech there, gets a lot of damage on this tank, gets this lower tank, gets this tank, this anti-air on the city actually. The transport copter helping transport some units. The mech takes a lot of damage here, and Larry goes for a new tank now. He's got so much money. MrKaloo fighting back a bit, but all his units are out of position for some reason. He doesn't try to move back here, he's still just... I'm gonna hold on with this medium tank. The medium tank gets taken out actually by 2 medium tanks and a tank on the HQ, so that's really tough for Larry. I mean for MrKaloo. Larry got this big death ball with 3 artillery in range of the HQ. Okay, this one can't quite shoot, but almost. And MrKaloo resigns. I mean, he couldn't quite get much more done there. So yeah, Larry moves on to the winners match. He's gonna play against Road 99 and MrKaloo is gonna play against Diva. So let's go to the winners match now. Hello everybody and welcome to the third game. We have now Larry versus Road 99. Road's playing Eder while Larry's playing Sammy. Interesting pick. I really like playing Sammy on this map for some reason. I think Jazz is probably the strongest pick because of her stronger vehicles. Let's see both players just going for normal captures here. Larry of course going for a bunch of infantry while Road goes for an earlier double recon actually. Now Larry's spamming artillery pretty much and getting some early battlecopter here. Road is going for some artillery after the double recon. Both recons are now really close to the... I mean this one is after I mean beyond the con tower. Now going for double tank here, Road. And Larry gets a transport copter, I guess, to transport this mech here. And a lot more mechs after that. He goes for another transport copter actually. So I guess he's gonna be spamming mechs. This infantry gets caught here by the recon, almost one shot there. Now Road spamming tanks. And Larry trying to get some captures. He's already ahead on capture. Now he's moving in with the recon here. He starts this capture with the 3 HP infantry. Not sure about that. I mean, maybe he wants to make Road attack this guy instead of those 2 guys here, but... Okay, Road actually pulling back with the recon, being really conservative there. And he goes for some anti-air and artillery. Larry with a 2k lead right now. Going for the capture here with the mech, also putting this infantry here on the woods, really good move to get the vision of this city. Now moving in with a tank, this artillery gets trapped here actually. And he's also got a battlecopter coming in. Of course, battlecopter is really nice with Sam because you want to get a lot of infantry to... I mean, to use Sammy's powers, of course, because she's got a lot of firepower on her infantry, 30%, and yeah, her captures are pretty much unstoppable unless you go in with some anti-air or something like that. Larry getting a lot of captures there, 25 to I mean 26 to 22k at this point. Even though Rhodes gonna get this city. Okay, he's not gonna get. Larry goes in with the infantry there, interrupting the capture. I mean, nice move, but at the same time, he's probably gonna lose this infantry. But I guess it's worth to interrupt the capture. Rhodes still doing the same move here. Now he has 2 tanks, a recon. I mean, 3 tanks almost, because this one is closer. Also gets this infantry here. He's also got 2 artillery moving closer and a medium tank coming up along with a battlecopter. Now Larry killing this recon. Yeah, Sammy, you wanna either have a really early recon, I mean mech to deal with the recon, or have a tank to deal with the recon. Even if your tanks are weaker, you still need to deal with the recons, and if you're playing Sammy, your opponent probably will spam recons. Now Larry going for the medium tank. Rhodes getting a bunch of infantry there. Okay, Larry still has more infantry than Rhodes, so I guess it isn't that big of a deal, but Larry is also 3k ahead. I guess he's constantly ahead on capture, which you want to be as Sammy, because all your other stuff is weaker other than infantry. I'm surprised Larry doesn't try to go for the con tower capture here. I'm not sure if he could actually, but whatever. Now Larry going for some battlecopters. Rhodes actually gets a battlecopter here with the anti-air. Really unfortunate there for Larry. Also, this other battlecopter is gonna get taken out by this battlecopter and the tank here, and both artillery is gonna take a lot of damage. One goes down and the other has only 2 HP now. He also gets another infantry, I guess 2 infantry, even though this one was really low already. Rhodes going for double tank and a battlecopter. Larry fighting back now, but he's already behind on units, even on infantry at this point. His vision on the map is also kinda poor. He gets 1 infantry here, pulling back with the artillery there. Oh my god, I just did some stupid stuff here. The medium tank is moving in though, which is really strong. Unless Rhodes can get his artillery closer, those tanks will have to pull back. Even though I guess this battlecopter Larry doesn't quite have an answer for yet, and those 2 battlecopters here, this entire, I'm not sure about those 2 battlecopters moving here. Now Larry going for a bomber actually, and some anti-air, finally. Rhodes moving in, killing more infantry from Larry. Now going for a recon and a battlecopter in the tank. And Larry goes for the double time. I'm not even sure how long he really had this for a long time. I'm not sure why he didn't use it before. He could have used it twice probably already at this point. I mean, you kind of want to threaten to use this superpower, but at the same time, Sammy's normal power is really good. And Rhodes goes for the side slip, gets some infantry there, he's gonna get this tank as well, gets this infantry, also gets this mech and a lot of damage on this battlecopter, so right now things are really tough for Larry. Larry's fighting back though, this bomber almost gets this tank, but doesn't quite. I mean, semi-bombers are weaker as well, of course. He gets this battlecopter here, both players trading a lot of units. Larry going for, some normal units there. Rhodes now going for the power as well. Gets the tank here, and infantry moving in. This tank finishes off this infantry. Larry's still trying to capture this con tower, but not quite working. I guess unless you really go for it early on. Okay, I saw the same turn twice, sorry about that. And Larry goes for another bomber. I guess this is why I was confused, because I didn't anticipate he would be building the same units again. Now Road a bit ahead on units, but yeah, both players actually doing really fine. Actually, Leary has a lot of properties. If this was last tournament where I set the capture limit wrong on groups, if Leary captured another property, he would win the game. But I think the capture limit now is something like 40k on 40 properties on Stalingrad. So you have to capture a lot of stuff, pretty much this whole line here. Almost to your opponent's HQ. Road moving in there, doing lots of damage. Lots of damage. Leary fighting back. Almost gets one tank there. Damages another. Bombers are now moving to the north. I guess trying to escape from the entire there. Road didn't opt to go for a fighter, but he has 3 anti-air now, which I guess is more expensive than a fighter, but at the same time they kill infantry later well, so I guess they are great against semi. Road gets the infantry, the artillery here, and that's it. I think he also gets another infantry at this point. Leary has 6 normal infantry and Road only has 8. But Leary also has 6 mechs, which are really good, especially with the power. But he's not quite using the normal power just yet. I think he really wants to get some nice trades with those mechs. He also has an APC. I didn't even catch when this APC was made. I guess this transport copter is also kind of new. Road getting some other properties there. Goes for the side slip. Almost gets this bomber. A 1 HP bomber doesn't do much, I guess. Leary moving in with the mech here, doing a lot of damage to this anti-air. And he gets the victory march actually. Let's see how many properties he gets. 1, 2. Okay, this mech almost gets the tank there. I guess that's it, man. He gets 2 properties. Not that great of a victory march, but I guess at least he's still ahead on income. And he's really ahead on army value actually right now, with the bomber still alive. Even though I think this bomber is not gonna last a whole lot. He also got another bomber here on the right side. I didn't even catch that. Okay, this bomber takes a lot of damage now, so they're kinda even now on army value. Leary now moving in. Okay, I think this game is gonna be a long one. Stalingrad, generally the games are kinda long. Leary now has a fighter, actually. Really interesting. His tanks take quite a lot of damage. Road also starts killing these. Artillery also gets a lot of damage on this bomber. Oh, this really hurts for Leary. He also gets the other bomber that was lower there. Now Leary moving in. He starts capturing a property here from Road. He gets the anti-air there, and this mech kills the lower tank. He also got this APC boosting some mechs and this transport copter. Now he has 6 mechs and 7 infantry. Road has 11 infantry though, and a lot of vehicles. Leary going for a new tank there. That's a goodbye, I think, after all this anti-air he forced from Road. And Road has even more anti-air. He has like 1, 2. How many anti-air does he have at this point? 5 anti-air, okay. He's actually really ahead on units right now. 12 units. The bomber moving in, the mech as well. Battlecopter doing some damage to those tanks. Really nice there. All those mechs moving in. Unfortunately, this fighter for some reason is really far up here and is probably gonna get taken out by this anti-air here. This tank is gonna die. This other tank that was lower as well. This infantry, this other infantry. And now Road goes for the side slip. Getting some more units. He actually doesn't attack the fighter there. I guess he doesn't have any air units nearby, so it doesn't really matter. And Leary resigns. So yeah, that's it. Road wins. Pretty straightforward game, even though it took quite a while for him to win. I guess Leary, the same pick, you really have to be ahead, like really ahead on capture. And even though Leary was ahead for a good part of the game, in the end, Road just had more stuff and managed to kill a bunch of infantry. And all those bombers from Leary were a bit questionable, I guess. So yeah, that's it. Leary goes now to play against whoever wins the next match, and Road already is on quarterfinals. So let's see the fourth game now. So fourth game we have Diva versus MrKaloo. Both are playing Jake. They're playing on Normandy, of course. Let's skip the early game a little bit. So MrKaloo starts with a recon here, so does Diva. Is also going for a mech, he or she, I'm not sure, but I think probably he. There's not a whole lot of girls that play this game, I think, sadly, but yeah, we have a recon coming in, and the artillery for MrKaloo, of course. Diva making more mechs. I'm not sure about this. I think he can drop off here. For some reason he isn't. I'm not sure if this is loaded with anything. Oh, okay, with 2 infantry he does now. He's got another recon coming in. And Diva is making a lot of mechs here. He gets the first engagement, interrupting the con tower capture for now. He goes for tank and artillery. Now MrKaloo interrupting also the con tower capture here. Starts capturing the port. And goes for a tank. For now both players really even. Now Diva going for anti-air, and MrKaloo continues trying to capture here the con tower. Diva is really not managing to start capturing this con tower, but he's got a bunch of mechs coming in. Now MrKaloo coming in with the tank and the artillery, and his second recon. I'm not sure what this recon will do. Maybe we'll keep on the harass here on this part. Diva again interrupting the con tower capture here. Now going for a battlecopter. MrKaloo interrupting the capture of the con tower. I think every turn I'll be saying that. Pretty much. Now MrKaloo has 2 tanks coming in, a 3rd tank coming in, and some anti-air, so he's going for the tank chain. Diva coming in with the recons, the anti-air, a bunch of mechs also coming in. A battlecopter and the artillery now. Again, MrKaloo getting the infantry that was here, but now this recon is gonna probably take a lot of damage. I mean, he can kill with both mechs, sorry, for sure this recon. So he's gonna lose the recon, and he also has 2 mechs coming in here, but they're late. I mean, more delayed than Diva's. Yeah, he pretty much one-shots with the first mech already. Now Diva coming in with the anti-air, the tanks, a bunch of artillery, and the mech, and another tank. MrKaloo, even with Diva for now on captures, he comes in with the tank and the recon and gets the mech there. I'm not sure if it's worth to attack with the recon first in terms of damage, because this tank took 2 damage. I think if the recon takes 4, I mean it's more value, but if it takes 3, then it's worth attacking first with the recon. But I guess the recon will take more damage, so I'm not sure, to be real. Diva is still making battlecopters. He's got 2 battlecopters here, and MrKaloo's anti-air is gonna take at least 2 more turns to shoot at least. So yeah, but MrKaloo has a big wall of units here. He's also almost capturing this con tower here. He's stepping on this con tower at least. But Diva has also got the anti-air here. Finally, MrKaloo going for the battlecopter. Diva battlecopters come in and do a lot of damage on this artillery. He also kills the infantry here on the con tower. and gets a lot of his infantry closer as well. Now going for double mech, a battlecopter and some anti-air. He also gets this mech with the anti-air there. MrKaloo gets one of the battlecopters with his anti-air. Also gets a lot of damage on this anti-air with his mech. MrKaloo now also going for the double mech there. Jiva does have the artillery here, so he gets a lot of damage on this infantry. Also, this allows him to get a lot of damage on this anti-air. Now starts capturing the con tower. He's got a wall, so he's probably going to get this capture, unless MrKaloo has like an artillery. Yeah, there's no way he can stop it, unless he has like a rocket here or something, I'm not sure. Now Jiva is going to get the con tower, but MrKaloo is fighting back here. He gets a lot of damage on this battlecopter. Interesting choice for this battlecopter to stick around. I mean, he did a lot of damage on the anti-air, so I guess he can do some more damage with the battlecopters. MrKaloo now going for another tank. And Jiva goes for the first power. He doesn't go for the super power actually, even though he could have gone. So he goes for the beatdown, the basic Jake power, so he only gets the extra range for artillery there. I'm not even sure. Okay, I think both of these artillery got some nice shots there. He gets the tank and he gets some infantry there, I guess, as well. Now coming in, doing a lot of damage on this con tower side. Oh man, this is really tough. Jiva is pretty much getting both the con towers at this point. He also goes for a medium tank. Both players still even on income, but MrKaloo is behind on units, even though I think when he buys he should be even on units. Though I think Jiva is still kinda... I mean, when he buys he's gonna be even on army value. But of course Jiva is always going to be ahead if he continues buying stuff. Now Jiva getting some nice engagements here. On the other con tower, he of course has already this con tower on the right side, so he has 10% more attack than MrKaloo. This is really tough for MrKaloo right now because he can't quite get this con tower, and Jiva is already getting benefit of having the con tower on all the trades, but he goes for the superpower of the Jake. He gets a lot of damage here, starting to kind of secure this con tower, but there's a lot of mechs from Jiva still, so I'm not sure if he'll be able to get so soon this con tower. Also coming in with the medium tank here, using the lander to boost it. Yeah, Jiva does the same. And now goes for the normal power, the beatdown again. Gets a lot of damage on this mech, get both mechs with the artillery, the tank and some infantry. Now even starting to capture this port with the 1 HP infantry. This means MrKaloo can't quite land the units here, but of course he can come in here, at least get 2 infantry here. Now Jiva getting a lot of damage here. Oh my god, he gets this lower tank, gets another artillery. The battlecopter is coming in, but there's already some anti-air here from MrKaloo, so that's good for him. He's gonna get at least 1 battlecopter kill and scare the other one away. So he was almost going to get his con tower, I think, but he resigns, MrKaloo that is, so sadly he's out of the tournament. But he did put a really good fight. He was even ahead on capture here, and he was going to get this capture, but he was quite behind on units at this point. After this superpower from Jiva here, he pretty much eliminated all the units on the right side. So that's it. Jiva goes to the last match now. So let's see how he plays against Leary. Now the last game we have Leary versus Jiva. They are playing on Settles as Stillwater, I believe is the name of this map. Leary is playing Jess, and Jiva went for the semi-pick, which was not banned this time around. So let's skip the early game a bit. Leary got this early recon here. Jiva is doing the same. Of course, semi-captures, you can interrupt them for the most part, but getting the infantry is really important. So Leary now starts harassing the infantry here. He actually went for double recon on this side. Jiva's recon already shot this infantry here, but it was after the capture, so yeah, he did a bit of a repair damage, I guess. You know, Leary can't quite get the same units he would be able to get if he had 15k there, but he still keeps the infantry for now here, so that's good for him. Now Jiva going for another recon as well, so both players going for double recon. Now Diva going for some anti-air. He already has this tank coming here to answer all those recons here on this side. But he does lose the infantry. I guess it's worth to lose the infantry to get the con tower, but yeah, Larry's not even close to getting the con tower for now. Larry now moving in with the tank and the artillery on this side. He has nothing on this right side for now. He's just going for the normal captures. I think overall larger maps like this in Stalingrad, Jazz tends to come out ahead because vehicles fights tend to matter much more. You also have like a pretty big income by the end of the game. Now Larry has a lot of presence here on the center. I mean, some early presence with 2 captures already of those cities. So he's gonna be able to start capturing here and here next turn. And there's not much Diva can do, maybe he can. I mean, on infantry battles, of course, Diva is gonna come out ahead because of the extra firepower. Sammy has a lot of firepower on her infantry. But Larry already has a recon here on the center, so he's going for some damage. Diva went for a battlecopter here, but Larry already has the anti-air, of course. Anti-air against Sammy pretty good, because she probably is gonna want to spend some battlecopters to get a lot of infantry, and of course anti-air is also great against infantry, so anti-air pretty much the counter unit of Sammy. Now Diva killing this infantry here with the double recon. He's probably gonna take this city next turn. Larry has a recon coming in on this side, interesting. I think it's good to get some infantry there from Sammy. He gets trapped here by this infantry. And he goes for double artillery now. Larry actually ahead on capture, interesting, against Sammy. He's got a lot of properties here on the center too already. He also has this presence with vehicles on the center, so Diva winning on the sides, but not by that much, I think, because he's behind on capture already. Now going for the tank and some mechs there. Probably is this mech right here is gonna sit here until this, so he's probably not gonna move for one turn pretty much, so that's a bit of a waste. Diva now coming with some mechs as well. He's ahead on capture, of course, by 4k, so this means he's gonna be able to pump out a lot of vehicles there to fight Diva. Diva getting some infantry here. I think this was a mech. Yeah, this mech gets killed. First attacking with the infantry, really good, so you don't take a lot of damage back in terms of unit value. Diva now going for a new tank. Those bigger units really important for Sammy, since she's generally gonna lose on straight up battles in vehicles. But the problem is that Sammy has to be kinda ahead on capture for most of the game, and Diva already is behind on capture. I mean, was for a good part of the game, now he's managing to even out 24 to 25. Diva has a lot of infantry here, but this infantry is taking quite a while to reach here. I mean, if he was around here capturing those properties, he would be in a much better position. Diva mostly defending, has a lot of infantry. Sometimes you have to play more backed up with Sammy because you want to be using a lot of artillery here, since her artillery doesn't have the firepower penalty. Larry going for a medium tank and a battlecopter there. Diva starts finally capturing this property from Larry, but Larry's still ahead on capture. He's got 27 to 25 there. He's got all the properties pretty much on the center. He's gonna capture even this other here now. So Diva in a really tough position, behind on capture, behind on army value, and even behind on unit count at this point. I think she's lost a lot of infantry. Yeah, he lost 9 infantry while Larry only lost 4. Larry is still making a lot of tanks in a battlecopter every turn there. Diva gets this capture and gets some infantry there. I'm not sure how this mech got here. Maybe walked all the way here, but Diva going for a bomber now. I'm not sure about the bomber move, but I mean, it can be good to get some of those units, but you also have to have some backup, and right now Diva is really suffering, being behind more than 10 units now. Larry coming in with the tanks. gets all the vehicles, he's got most of the map, 30k to 24 now. Diva fighting back though with the new tank here, getting a tank kill there, getting some infantry. But Leary goes for the superpower, the first power of the game I believe. So he's got +2 movement on all those ground vehicles here, the tanks, the recons, the artillery. So yeah, he gets a lot of damage now, 44 units to 18, oh my god, this is really tough for Diva. Yeah, there's not much he can do at this point. I'm not even sure, did he just end his turn here? Oh no, I think I skipped accidentally, sorry for that. The bomber didn't even reach the front lines. Oh, okay, I think I skipped again. I mean, I went back too much there. Leary went for the superpower. Diva has a superpower, but he doesn't even have infantry to capture at this point. Leary capturing the other con tower there, pretty much just the nail on the coffin, I guess, of Diva there. Diva is still trying to fight back, even though he's behind more than half the units. I mean, it's the last match, I get that he wants to fight to the last moment there, but I mean, honestly, there's not much he can do at this point. Leary moving a lot of his units, getting a fighter there, now seeing the bomber. The bomber is moving in, so Diva is managing to defend a little bit with the bomber, but Leary has such a big lead on capture as well. He has 14 more, so he can get 2 tanks more, or maybe get like a medium tank instead of a mech from Diva or something. Now going for bombers as well. Leary going for Diva going for the pipe scene, and yeah, Leary gets the win, I think, from the capture limit here, 34 properties. So yeah, Leary moves on to the quarterfinals. Sadly, Diva gets eliminated, but that's it. So if you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.